Yes. Hopefully my people will pop up in here in a minute. Just give me 1 second. How y'all doing? Gonna roll in, roll in. Let me see. How do you title something? Let me see this real quick. Real quick, like. Yo, what's going on? Come on in, come on in. Gotta talk about some things. Let me view this. Pop up. Yo, yo, yo. Waving back to everybody because I'm trying to get it started. Boom, bam.
How are you?
Man, I'm as high as I allow myself to be.
I think I like that. Hello, the real
What's
you
happening,
talk.
King? Turn you up. Can you hear me? Oh, yeah.
I can hear
You
you.
was turned down. What's
Who's
happening,
turned down? I've never
YT?
turned down 7 Imperial.
Talking the phone, lady. See, look at you identifying with a phone.
Hey, everybody.
Mr. Dirt.
Hi,
Yeah.
Antoine.
Hi, beautiful.
Your
How you
Dirt.
doing?
I'm doing well. It's always happy and it's always a fun time when I get to see you.
I know. Hey, you got the prettiest smile. I promise you do.
You know what? This is not even, listen. This smile right here, this is my smile after the pain. And you know what? It's been an upgrade. Because the other smile was prettier as far as physically, but it wasn't prettier in spirit. Because it was a fake smile.
I like
this
that.
This one is a real one.
Yes.
Hi, Sunshine.
Greetings.
How are you, honey?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well myself. So what are we talking about today? How much does your love cost? That's what we're talking about today. And I would like us to kind of like that topic. I've really been thinking a lot about it. And y'all gonna love my perspective of it. You're gonna love my perspective of it. But I'm gonna go ahead and give honor to Seven and let him start us off because this is his topic.
Okay. Well, I think I called you about this randomly one morning. I low-key think I was working out. And
yeah, you did.
It just kind of came to my mind the transactional nature of love today, right? Not saying that it hasn't always existed in some form or fashion, but the frequency on which it exists today has a certain potency, right? So it was just a random realization. And this question was what accompanied it, because I felt like the question holds such a different connotation today, right? Because we have a general narrative that is perpetuated about women and money and men and how they go about getting it and the value of it and shit a lot. And I felt like it was a segue from the last thing we were talking about when the question was posed from a man asking women what do they bring to the table, right? And even that is transactional in nature, but just even more getting to the root of that, because it's how it is right now is basically men chase money so that they can get women who are prioritizing men with money, right? And then the women don't mind fucking them for their money. They not tripping at all. They not fucking you if you broke. They fucking you if you got some money. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it 1 + 1 = 2 right now with that, right? But then that same concept applies no matter how high you go, right? Because then I began to ask myself, all right, now what does my love cost? Right? Like what is required from me in order to give these versions of me that are given for things that I deem not worthy, right? And then it just began, I felt like it was such a great conversation to have, because some of us, when I had the conversation in the past week with a few people of all levels of thinking, right? Like I talked to people who probably I wouldn't agree with nothing they said, you know. Then I talked to some people who I was in heavy alignment with where they were, right? And some of the highest answers you get is my love cost nothing but just for you to be you and for you to be alive, right? And then some perspectives are shit. You want my love, I need you to have a fucking six-figure job, and I need you to have time for me on top of that, and I need you to be super attentive, and and I just feel like it was a dialogue that I want to have. I don't really hold too much of my own perspective on it because I feel like my perspective is evolving every day, and I just felt like it was a fun back and forth I wanted to have with y'all, man, because it's so interesting, right? How this concept can apply on all levels. I feel like, so yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to give my perspective, Seven, but you like to kind of stay as the person that is leading and directing the questions without really giving your answer. And I just want to let you know that King, your perspective is needed as well. So we're gonna have to draw you back. Yeah, he took a sip.
I like to speak when asked, right? Because y'all give y'all perspective, and then there's normally a moment when someone says, "Well, Seven, what do you think?"
So we got to ask you. Okay.
Don't call me someone. Say my name.
Yes, that's what he's saying. That's exactly what he's saying. He's like, I came up with the topic, but I'm not gonna tell you my perspective until you say my goddamn name. Spoken like a true fucking king. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. But I'm going to surrender and submit and tell you from the masculine perspective what a man's love has cost me in my feminine energy, okay? And then I'm going to answer that same question from a feminine perspective and help masculine men understand, hey, what do I desire from you? Like truly, in my feminine energy, what is it that I desire from you? Okay, so this is my subjective experience, okay? I'm going to talk subjective, and then I'm going to talk objective. You like how I'm using that verbiage, Seven? You see how I'm doing that shit? I'm like, yes, I'm learning to speak your language, young man. That's what I'm learning to do. Okay, so when I was married, I found that in order to make my husband feel loved, I had to use my feminine energy to multiply him. That's what I needed to do. Women or feminine energy is used to multiply people. That's what it is used for. So in that marriage to him, instead of using my feminine energy to multiply our children, I used my feminine energy to multiply him. You see, when masculine energy has not reached king status, when it has not become all that it knows it can be, because men be knowing they can do more. They do. They be knowing that they can do more, but they've been distracted and they haven't figured their shit out, right? So then they say, I need a wife to come in because I got all these distractions over here and I need her to multiply me. I found that masculine energy kind of acts kind of like the prodigal son, and it wallows in the pig dirt and it wallows with the pigs. And then it says, you know what? I like this fucking pig shit. And now I'm going to come and find a woman because I have wasted all my time and wasted all my years. And I need you, wife, to use all of your God energy to multiply me. Now, the problem with this is when we as women do that and we put the role of wife over the role of mother, we are already out of order.
Oof. Repeat that one more time. Just say that one more time.
When we put the role, you know what, Seven, you really, boy, Seven, stop making me blush now. You know you be making me blush now. But listen, when we as women put the role of wife over the role of mother, we are already out of order. And this society is teaching women that you're not feminine unless you do that. You see, you got to understand that a man that is worthy of the throne, when he's worthy of the throne, the scripture says that the greatest among you will be servant of all. You see, he's not going to need me to use my God consciousness to multiply him because he has already figured out how to use it for himself. He does not need me. He's just there to protect me so I can love his legacy, which is his children. Now, that could be spiritual children, like in businesses. That could be a family, traditions, or it could be physical children. So in order to be my ex-husband's wife, I had to use all of my energy to go to work because he could not provide the lifestyle that he knew that me and his children were worthy of. Now, did I mind doing this? No. No, I'd fucking do it again. Because when a woman loves a man, she'll do that shit. How am I going to say as a woman that I love you and I see that you are struggling in your humanity? You are a king and I see that shit, but you are also 100% human. So if I see a man that I love struggling, he can be in his ego all day long. I'm going to put on my masculine energy. I'm going to get in the ditch with him. Now, I know what men are thinking. They're thinking, well, that's how I am. But I know what
nigga, that's amazing. What? That's so hard. Like,
what? I thought most women was like that. Like,
nah.
Sunshine, what do you have to say about that? Because, like, when I'm hearing Seven, it's like really surprising to me because I know that I've done that and I know you've done that too. Am I correct?
Right. Absolutely. I think where women fuck up though is then once they do that, then they have resentment towards their partner for having to do.
No,
well, this new moon got y'all on some shit, don't it?
Yeah, it does. It's that Scorpio moon, if I'm not mistaken. Is it Scorpio or Virgo? I think it's Scorpio.
Yeah,
I think it's Scorpio. But I did this, and I did this because I accept you.
Yeah.
Being able to accept your God, your king consciousness, and also being able to accept your humanity is the only reason why I even signed up to be your wife. But you need to accept where you are. Yeah. And you need to honor that I am dimming myself in order to help you grow. You see, the problem where I began to resent it is when my ex-husband thought that was he expected it. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. No, boo-boo. No.
I'm trying to help you.
I'm trying to help you, and you need to acknowledge that. So then the resentment came because of ego consciousness and masculine energy, okay? Yeah. So that's number one. That was what a man's love cost me. And it messes up the whole family because a woman's feminine energy should be used to multiply the seeds that come from the man. It really should be used. I want to spend my energy of multiplication on your sons and on your daughters. We're sitting up here neglecting our children because we're sitting up here trying to multiply the men that haven't figured their shit out. So that's really hard for me, and it does make women resentful. That's number one, okay? Number two.
God.
Thank you, Seven. Thank you. Okay, so number two, that I had to acknowledge that, but why becoming a wife, why it was so unappealing to me, because I love the concept of, having a man. Like, I like to cuddle up and snuggle up, and, I like to play around. I like to wrestle, and I'm a little aggressive too. I like a person that I can fight with and love with. But number two, I resented the fact that I have to dim my light so you can have the illusion of shining. Yeah. I have to dumb myself down in order to be loved by you. You see, I'm a woman that has feminine energy and masculine energy. But what I found in my position as wife, many of the ideas that I came up to help deliver us to be our salvation, they were not acknowledged unless they came from another man.
Yeah.
But this is our family. Why did you marry me just because I'm a pretty face? Or did you marry me because you also saw in me your partner, your equal? And what I found is that was not what men were wanting. They were wanting a wife and not a partner. Because when it came to the knowledge and the advice that came out of my mouth, I wasn't listened to. So in order to make my husband still feel respected, I had to dim my light to make him appear like he had more light than he actually had. Does that make sense? Like, I would seriously, I know it sounds crazy, but I would seriously orchestrate. Do you know how much energy it requires for a woman to orchestrate and calculate and come up with diabolical schemes to save the household and then give her man all the accolades and then convince him that he actually did the saving and he's actually Superman? Do you know how much energy it takes to do all that lying so the masculine ego cannot be hurt? But I did that because this society teaches women that is what is respectable as a woman. Be an accomplished liar. Create an illusion for me so I can live in this illusion and I don't have to see that my wife and my children are struggling.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's a high. Men are expensive. Men, they are a luxury item. They really, really are, okay? And then number 3, and that will be my last point, okay? I have to limit all of my God energy into the limited role of wife because the masculine's ego won't allow me to be his equally yoked partner. That's a lot. But then you ask me, well, okay, we're seeing what masculine energy is saying. This is what it costs. This is what it's going to cost you, feminine energy, to love us the way that we choose to be loved. And now I'm going to answer the question, well, what does it cost men to love me? And here's how I'm going to phrase that. It costs a man nothing to love me, but it's going to take everything from him. You see, he's going to have to give up all of that shit that I mentioned before and become the king that he truly is. And when he becomes the king that he truly is, then yeah, you ready for a partner. You ready for a conscious wife. Yeah. But if you haven't let go of all of that shit, if you haven't let go of all of your filth, if you haven't let go of all of your things that are holding you back from taking the throne, you ain't worthy of me. And that's how I feel about that. So it don't cost you nothing, but it costs you everything. And I feel complete.
I appreciate it. Hey, everybody. I appreciate how you tied that to your relationship and your marriage, because I'm just listening and thinking and receiving it. And I was like that to the world. So many people may have a loving spirit, just a kind, loving spirit, and they give that love freely. They give that love loosely. And I was that person. I just was an unconditional loving person to the whole world. And it was draining because I had yet to learn that there's levels to it. Everybody doesn't deserve the maximum. Like, I'm not saying that you need to filter your love, but you do need to guard it. You do need to guard your energy, because love is energy. So I wasn't guarding that. I was just letting it just go to whoever, just go wherever, and just trying to be the best I could be. But I wasn't realizing in doing that, I was doing exactly what you were saying, Coach. I was dimming my light in certain situations because at that time, that's what the love they needed. The love they needed was for me to dim my light and lessen myself. So since I'm just a loving person, I'm going to give you whatever you needed. But I wasn't realizing that that's what I was doing. So I was doing that in multiple circles that I didn't need to, from people who didn't deserve that type of love, people who didn't deserve that type of admiration. So I was damaging myself, thinking by loving everybody else more than I was loving myself. So I love how you just helped me see that that's what I was doing, but it wasn't to a marital spouse. It was to the whole damn world. It was to the whole damn universe. So now that I'm guarding that, now that I'm more appreciative of my own energy, I make sure that, like, how much does my love cost? I was telling my wife this, like, and I love the circle and the environment that I'm a part of now with this group, with everything you got, Coach, because now I know that I go by my love costs your energy. Now, if I know that you're not spiritually and energy driven, then you're not going to have my love like that, because some people are bound to this world. Some people go by this world's rules. But I know, like, the people in the circle that I'm building, we go by our energy laws, or the spirit law. So I'm not going to do wrong by you just because of the energy I know is going to bring me. So it's more has to do with me than it has to do anything with you. So them the type of people that I'm aligning with. Them the type of people that I'm giving my love to. That's what my love costs. You need to have your spirit in check. You need to have your energy in check to know that the energy that I give out is going to mess up anything that I'm trying to do. So I'm going to do right by you, not because it's you, because of the energy that I want to receive. So that's what my love costs.
Thank you so much, Antoine. Sunshine, you ready?
Absolutely. I think
wait. Before you start, Sunshine, there was a comment by the Real Men Talk, and I kind of want to say something about that comment that he said. He said, most time men hear you, but may need to analyze the idea. Just because he don't go with the idea or acknowledge doesn't mean he isn't listening. A man needs and wants your input, but may be slow to react. Okay, you know what, Sunshine, do you mind if we just go ahead and tackle that? Because whoever this man is, I'm feeling his energy, and I want to talk about that a little bit. Okay, so here's what I have found to be the truth, because I have masculine energy as well. When I'm in my masculine energy, I have surrounded myself with people that have feminine energy and masculine energy that can cover my blindness. That's what I do. And when they say something, I obey. because I chose people that could balance me. You see, I have found that when I am hesitant in business, and I'm not listening to my team, it's literally because I don't trust them. Like, like seriously, it's literally like I don't trust them. But when you trust someone and their actions, I see you, Chandlin, and when their actions have consistently saved you and delivered you, you just follow that shit. It's the same way with our intuition. I follow my intuition because I know that it's not going to fucking fail me. Well, a wife in a relationship is the same way. But as a man, I understand why you want to analyze and slow down things, because you're saying, hey, I like this person, but this person has not completely earned my trust. Now, if that is the case, you might want to slow down before you marry that person, because when you marry that person and you are slow to trust them like that, it fucks up the entire relationship. And you're not really in love, you're in learning. Now, I know that that's hard to accept. You're in learning, because love is a frequency. You may not even be there, but you're learning how to do it. There's different levels of it. But in order for you to awaken fully to consciousness, it requires trust. It requires trust in her God consciousness, and it requires trust in yours. Trust that you have the ability to pick a mate that's good for the God consciousness within you, if that makes sense. I'm hoping I answered that. You want to add anything to that, anybody? Okay, great. Now go ahead.
I really feel like you tapped right into his stream. You was shit. If he needs something else, he gonna say something. That's a great guy. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. You need to come to class, man. We're gonna talk about that in a minute.
Now, everybody on here need to come to class. Comment golden ticket if y'all want to come to class, man. Tell them about class, Sister Sunshine, before you go.
Yeah, definitely want to see you in Streams of Consciousness. We meet every Wednesday evening at 7 Central Time, and we just have family time. We bond, we learn together, we hold one another accountable, we bounce ideas off of one another, and we just sharpen one another. You know, iron sharpens iron. And that kind of leads me like into my point of what I require for a partner, right? Everybody has something that they prioritize over everything else. Some people it's love, some people it's power, some people it's money. For me personally, it's knowledge. Like I have a strong thirst for knowledge. So for me, if you want my love, you have to be able to tap into my mental space and tap into my intellect and arouse me in that fashion. Otherwise, it's just going to be very difficult for me to connect with you on any level romantically if I don't feel like you have anything to offer me from an intellect standpoint, and not just natural intellect, but in a spiritual sense. Like you have to have some type of understanding of the metaphysical world and on some type of journey to self-actualization, right? Projection from your own consciousness. And I think it sounds simple, but it's a great cost for you to take the time that it takes to reevaluate all of your thought processes and your programming and see, hey, is this something that somebody else put into me, or is this something that truly aligns with my authenticity and who I am? That's the second thing that I would say is the cost for loving me is authenticity. And that in itself sounds simple, but it's a great cost to say, hey, am I going to be myself in every situation, or am I going to cower down and conform and do what society or the people around me expect of me, or am I going to just show up as who the fuck I really am no matter what, and remove myself from situations that don't honor who I really am and my authenticity. And of course I can go on because I got a long laundry list of shit that a nigga got to give up. But I think for me, those are the top two things. It's like, you got to be able to stimulate me, and you have to create a safe space for your authenticity so that I feel safe being in my authenticity as well.
I like that. And now, last but definitely not least, Mr. Imperial, we would like to hear your thoughts on this, sir. Yeah, we got to hear your thoughts, Mr. Imperial. Hey, y'all, Mr. Imperial is teaching a semen retention class at the sabbatical this weekend. Listen, I'm having a sabbatical out here in Scottsdale, and this man is teaching semen retention. Listen, if you know me, you know that I am an advocate for divine feminine energy. I believe that feminine energy needs to have orgasm after orgasm after orgasm. And I'm not just talking about sex. I am not. And the reason why men need to practice semen retention is because it makes them an equal partner to the woman. She is multiple orgasmic and he should be too.
Yeah.
He should, yes, because that is the art of king. So if you men, y'all really want to turn up and you want to turn up loud, you need to understand semen retention. It's going to put your body, your spiritual knowledge, your health on a different dimension, period. And it's also going to make your woman like turn into a little kitty cat. It really, really is. So we would really appreciate that if y'all would like learn about onking, learn about semen retention. The reason why we live a lot longer than y'all is because we stealing y'all life force. And yeah, I need to keep stealing a little. Well, it's not stealing if y'all giving it to me, right? But I care about y'all, so I want y'all to be healthy too. So go ahead and, don't be releasing your semen into things that you don't want to grow. Like, don't put your seed everywhere, boo-boo. Don't do that. I need you to retain it so it can heal you. Okay? Go ahead, Seven. We'd love to hear your perspective.
What does my love cost?
You're going to have all that long hair. If you're going to have all that long hair, you're going to have to come with the fire, man, because you can't have long hair like that, like Black Jesus all on your head, and not coming with the fire, Mr. Imperial.
I love how he's still slow rolling us like he ain't been thinking about this for the last week and a half.
I really haven't though. I ain't gonna lie.
Take us slow.
Really. I didn't ruminate on it too much from myself because I wanted it to just come when it came for sure. But
you wanted to come when it just came for sure. Is that that's what you wanted? Huh?
Yeah, that's exactly what I want. You know what I'm saying? When it come, it come. And then shit, if it keep coming, it keep coming.
We like that. We like that.
But
it's the feminine flow for me.
It is. God damn.
If my love were to cost anything, the first thing that I would say it costs is dedication. It costs absolute dedication. And not to me. Like, I don't really need your dedication to be to me. I need your dedication to be to the part of yourself that you give to me, because I don't ever feel like I ever want to have all of someone, right? Like, that's an ownership mentality. I don't want to retain you, right, in any sense. But the portions of me that are being given to and the portions of you that you give to me, they have to be dedicated. Like, truly dedicated to everything that I am, stand for, and my complete direction. Got to be really dedicated, like, for real. And I think that comes with a lot. That comes with a lot. There will be a lot of.
You ain't the only one, Siren. You are not the only one, honey. He knows how to lay it on thick, don't he?
I can't even see what they say.
She said her penny's wet.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm just happy I could be of assistance. But first off, dedication for sure. But I think I should specify what the dedication is being assigned to, right? Because the dedication has to be primarily assigned to the evolution of you. Like, I need that. I need that shit so deeply. Nothing more than that will I ask for before I get it. Like, I need that. I need the dedication to your mind to be there, to your spiritual development, to our sexual relationship. Like, I need, man, what the fuck? I'm I'm the type of person that asks for reviews. I can't help it. I ask for reviews on the experience of me, right? And a review that seems to be universal is passionate. And I see that that's what I'm asking for, though, through being the example of it, right? Like, I need your passion. Like, I can't have half-ass 75%, 95%. Like, if you gonna give it to me, give it to me. like really, man, like it's all over after you give it to me. And I need that to apply to anything, whether it's a piece of information from your mind, the hug that you give me before I leave. Like I need passion and dedication. And if I had to say anything else, I think I might leave it right there. Really.
Well, thank God, because I don't know if I can handle any more of that. Like, God damn, Mr. Imperial. Like seriously, Sunshine, you might need to send me a text message, because when he come to knock him out, he knock him out. He does. Homeboy said, I need you completely dedicated to the evolution of you. Like, that is, man, if you listening to this, if you want pennies thrown at your feet, this is how you get it.
I think it was the part for me where he said that he understands that he can't have all of a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, we only can give a piece of who we are to our partners. And the expectation, so many times that I have found in relationships, is a motherfucker wants you to give up your whole entire being and everything to them, and completely just like, baby, I can't do that. I got shit, like that I want for myself, that I want, for my children and for my life. And so just to have that understanding that, I know I'm only going to get a piece of you, but if that piece of you is dedicated, then we good to go. I love it.
So what they're saying, we're going to close up, you guys. Again, if you want to be a part of our community, you need to comment golden ticket, and Sunshine or Antoine will give you a golden ticket. Okay. But what she's saying is, that one piece of me, I am committed to giving you all of that piece of me, but I am not committed to making you my God, because I will not put a false idol above, or put a false idol of you on the crown of my head. I am meant to be the God of me. I am part of God's source, meant to express God consciousness through the avatar of Adisa Reigns, and I can't be created in your image, because we are both created in the image of God consciousness. And marriages and things would be so much better if people gave up the possession. Now listen, if you want to stay together and you say, this part of me, like the vagina part, like this part right here, I want that to only be yours. Okay, I want that to only be yours. I'm cool with that. But my business, because as a woman, especially a woman with a lot of masculine energy, if you want that passion, like Seven was talking about, just understand that it's going to come with some masculine energy. Please understand that.
Yeah.
Women that have masculine energy are crazy in the best possible way.
Now, see, if I said that shit, it would have been met with so much defense.
Because it ain't for you to say.
It's not
damn
for you
right.
to say.
See, that's why.
It's for us to say. Listen, we know we a lot. But you ain't saying that when we in that bedroom, right? Because you like all of that, right? And that crazy part, we want it to be completely and 100% dedicated to you. So why are you trying to act like you don't want us around when we get to acting crazy? We are dedicated. Listen, my next marriage, I'm going to be like, listen, I dedicate 1,000% of all of this crazy passion to you. That's what I'm going to say. Like dead ass. And hopefully he'll be consumed entirely by it. That part. But
hopefully he got the hunger for it.
Hopefully he can handle all of it. Because fire is supposed to purify. If you can't handle it, you are going to be consumed. But if you can handle it, you're going to come out clean. So, yes. Listen, you guys, we absolutely love you.
Clean them up.
You're going to come out clean, boo. You're going to enter these gates and come out clean. Come out a new man, a new creature, into the gates of salvation. Okay, let me stop, you guys. Listen, comment golden ticket if you want to see us in class. We absolutely love you, and we want to bid you adieu. Adios.
All right, y'all.